Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today we are on Skyfall. This is a high funds matchup with triple base airport, port, and comm tower support. Now we have an interesting one here today, folks. We have mfive versus Spidy400, who is one of the mods on the website. So very cool indeed, folks. Very cool indeed. And it's high funds. So every single property is 2,000 funds instead of the standard 1,000. And we have a Von Bolt versus a Grit matchup here today. So this should be a very interesting one here, folks. Very interesting one indeed. So we have Von Bolt, who as a day-to-day ability will get plus 10% firepower and defense on all of his units. He does not have a normal co-power, but he does have a super co-power, Ex Machina, which will launch an Area 2 missile, doing 3 damage and stunning anything that it hits. It will target the greatest accumulation of wealth on the map. And we also have Grit. So Grit as a day-to-day ability will get plus 1 range for his indirect units and plus 20% attack. His direct combat units, except for foot soldiers, will lose 20% attack. His snipe attack normal co-power will increase his range on his indirect units by plus 1, and his super snipe ability will increase the range of his indirects by plus 2, and also increasing the firepower bonus. On a typical Advanced Wars match, Grit is normally considered a tier 0 CO. He is quite broken in normal standard play. However, on a map like this, I'm not so sure. I don't think he's necessarily super broken or anything, but there's definitely a lot of choke points on this map and a lot of places where indirects would get a lot of value. But it does involve air units, and air units tend to be the bane of Grit enjoyers everywhere. So those are our players, this is our map, and those are our COs. So let's see what went down in the live league today. On the first few days, folks, you guys know the deal. Standard infantry builds. You got to get the infantry on the field, folks. It is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Try to avoid playing Grit at all costs, because Grit is a heck of a good CO, folks. Heck of a good CO. Now, did I already see something here? This is interesting. We're gonna have to go back, actually. So, first infantry is here. Yeah, I think we already made a little bit of a tactical error. Now, I think this first infantry that's right here should definitely go here so that it can go here, cap this. That way this infantry can go over here and then start a capture chain over here. But I guess in all reality, they kind of get there around the same day, because this guy, he would only be here. He'd only be able to jump to here. Then he'd only be able to jump to there. I guess it really doesn't matter. Interesting. Okay, well, either way, is what it is, folks. And now, it would appear that Spidey is also going for that base. I feel like this is not correct, though. Wait, no, M5 is player 1. This is definitely correct. Spidey should definitely jump on that base first. Okay. Not a problem, folks. Took me a second to figure that one out. Looked a little bit weird. I always feel like player 1 should be the top and player 2 should be the bottom. The fact that it's sort of not that way on this map kinda messes with me a little bit. We're also going to change M5 to be Blue Moon. So I know we've already started, but it's a little bit easier to see the red versus blue dynamic rather than Amber Blaze versus Orange Star. Now, normally Spidey plays the Azure Asteroid Army, but I also find the Azure Asteroid Army to be a little bit difficult to see. In my own personal opinion, it's a cool looking army, But we're just going to go standard today, folks. Red versus blue. That's what we got going. Alright, so we already got the artilleries on the field. We got a battlecopter and anti-air. I think this is a pretty good opener for Grit. You do want to get the artilleries on the field. And the other thing about Grit is you want to get vehicles. Like, you need to get tanks. You need to get copters. You have to have a diverse army if Grit is going to be really, really effective. Especially in high funds. Because once the big units start rolling out, you know, you start getting your medium tanks, your neo tanks, bleh, your mega tanks, your bombers, all that. You need to have a diverse army in order to fend off all those guys. So the other interesting thing about this map that I didn't mention before is this side of the map and this side of the map are actually landlocked for vehicles. You can't actually get a vehicle over here unless you're going to build a lander and then drop it off here or somewhere on the shoals over here. Now, being that this is high funds, it is definitely not too big of a deal to get a lander. Like, it's only going to cost you 12k, and eventually you're going to be rolling in money. Like, as we can see here, M5 already has 29,000. It might actually be worth it for him to get that port, get a lander, and start funneling units into the middle. Now, you want to do this very, very quickly, though. You need to get your foothold in the center of the map very, very quickly. Otherwise, Grit is going to get artillery in position and just start blasting away at anything that you put in the center. So we definitely got to be getting that port, like priority number 3 in Advanced by Web is get that gosh darn port. Mechs aren't really going to be super effective when you're fighting Grit. I think we definitely want to be going more vehicles. Spidey already got the lander on the field. He understands the assignment, folks. He's got the lander on the field. The dignified lander needs to be represented on this map without a doubt. Alright, so anti-air is moving in. I guess the anti-air is actually a pretty good buy on this map. Now, we can see that Spidey went for an anti-air also. Now, the anti-air is especially important because the only thing that can reinforce this side and this side over here is the battlecopters and the infantry. So having the anti-air presence over here is going to completely ward off all those guys. Now the mech might not be super bad because it will be able to hide behind your infantry shield. Then if the anti-air moves up, you could potentially move your mech into position and attack it. But since we're fighting Grit, the artillery are just going to have far too much zoning potential. Like, you just need to get the lander on the field and you need to start pushing the tanks over here. Like, that is what we need to do, without a doubt. Alright, so early engagement on an artillery, that's not really going to do anything. Now, sadly, all that's going to happen with this guy is he's going to get boomed and then boomed by these two units here, double boom, and then he's going to be gone. Now, most likely this anti-air is going to be going in the middle, though. I mean, that's the much more logical place for it to go to ward off the battlecopter, but regardless of the fact, you're still going to be getting an infantry shot here. Well, most likely we can move Artie back, get an infantry shot, and then Artie will cover the infantry because we can't actually attack from here because of infantry presence right there. But I think it's a little bit adventurous for an infantry to go that far forward and attack, but it's what it is, folks. Alright, so we have an engagement. We are going to get that double shot. So we are just going to completely eliminate that infantry. Probably move Artie back onto the city to get some heals. Would be a pretty good idea. Yep. 100%, folks. Got to get them heals. Going to drop the Artie right here. Bust out another Artie. Another battlecopter. Another anti-air. Okay. I'm liking it so far. So M5, our Von Bow player, he's got the comm tower, folks. He's got the 120% firepower. So things are looking pretty good for him. This anti-air still covers this infantry right here, so it's in a very good spot. This copter could potentially come in and attack this infantry and eat a shot from this copter, which isn't actually going to be, like, super bad. So if we think about it, Grit gets a net penalty to offense. He's only going to be able to do 46 to 54% damage, get counter-attacked by almost the exact same amount of damage that he deals. So he's gonna, Von Bolt's gonna win the copter trade in total, and he could potentially go up and take the shot because we got anti-air presence right here, so anti-air is just gonna be able to take the mid. right afterwards. So we could go do that and sort of ruin his chances of getting some income. But I don't know if he's going to go for it, folks. I don't think he's the type of guy to go up and take that sort of engagement. He's probably going to be more conservative with his copter. Me, personally, I'd probably just go take the engagement and just worry about the consequences afterwards. Boom. Alright, day 7. That's what we got going on here, folks. Day 7, lucky number 7. What is Spidey going to do now? Caps the comm tower. That's what I'm talking about. And then we move the anti-air in. This is like such an anti-air heavy match. Oh my god, I'm all about it, folks. I'm all about it. I love it. Alright, Spidey busting out more air units, more anti-air. Or not, more copters and more artillery. Bleh. Alright. So I think at this point too, probably what Spidey should be thinking about is after he drops off these last few artillery, should probably start teching up and getting a few big boys up here. Maybe get a medium tank, maybe get the stinky boy up here, you know, because Grit is definitely going to be needing those guys for sure. All right, take an 8-5 engagement on the old infantry there. Double load, double drop. Oh my god, there's a tank right there. A Von Bolt tank, a 120% firepower Von Bolt tank. It is there and it is ready. Alright, copter moving down. Being very passive with the copter at the moment. Which is, like, not really super terrible, right? But I still feel like I probably would have wanted to take this engagement and just get the copters, like, in a fight. That's what I would like to do. I want to get the copters in a fight so that they're distracted, so they're not just piling up somewhere. Alright, double arty drop, or double, yeah, double arty drop. Blah! Double arty drop. Oh my god. Alright, and there. Soiled Abomination is on the field here, folks. That is one smelly little stink ball right there. Gonna be a very, very good blocker for old Gritty Boy, though. This is not really gonna be doing anything. If anything, this infantry right here, because right here, it's just going to... Yeah, so right here, this guy is just gonna get destroyed if he moves right here, right? Which I believe is what he does. So he moves right there. He's just gonna get destroyed. You might as... I mean, if he's gonna perish anyways, you might as well move right here on the mountain and take out this infantry and stop that cap. Because this is not really doing anything, unfortunately. I mean, okay, so this is fine too. So we can go up and we can take that engagement, but we're still throwing away an infantry. So get that guy back and get him as a blocker, because we are going to be needing that guy, like, without a doubt. Oh, that is... Okay. So that's okay. Classy medium tank, folks. Alright, that's what I'm talking about, M5. Alright, so this is an okay attack. So we take out an artillery, but we have one artillery shot here, one artillery shot here. And then we have copter engagement right there. But he's got anti-air. This might work out for him, you know? It might work out for him. Because I don't know what the damage is. Like, what is the damage even here? So, damage is like 58 to 63. So this guy will survive with like 4 health. The other one is toast. Absolutely toast. So it will be actually kind of risky to attack into that. Let's see what he does though. Alright, so we're going to do the old double. Yeah, double tap it. Can't finish off the infantry. Oh my god. Busting out the classy boy. Alright. Alright, so we take that copter engagement. Yeah, so that's a poor copter engagement. You can't really expect anything else from Grit. Unfortunately, when it comes to direct combat, that's about as good as it gets. Alright, forming the wall up north. Busting out another arty. Moves the copter all the way over. Okay, so... this Soiled Abomination is very, very dangerous at the moment. Like, this guy... It's gonna force these guys to push back, which is very unfortunate. This is a, what you would call, this would be one of them Mang's infantry that you hear so much about moving up here, so, yeah. That guy is definitely toast, unfortunately. Attacking artillery. Attacking infantry down south. That is okay. Attacking again. Ooh. Okay, so we attack artillery. We're not in range, so that's okay. Busting out the classy boy. Alright, I like it. I like it. I like the way this is going. Busting out another classy boy. Pulling the units back. Going for another cap. And taking that copter engagement. Yeah, so see, this is what I'm talking about with them copters, guys. Them copters. You start a copter war against Von Bolt is great. You're not winning, unfortunately. Even if you attack first, you're not winning the copter war. Ooh, 2 damage. That's massive. Absolutely massive. Okay, so not too shabby of an attack here, folks. Von Bolt just walked right up there and just let her rip. Full-on Beyblade style, folks. All right. And we lost both anti-airs. Okay. Couple infantry hits up north. And we don't clear the infantry, but we get them all the way down to 2. Cap is not going to be going through now, folks. Lost another cap. Neo moving in. Stinky old Neo sitting on a city. And now we activate snipe attack. We activate snipe attack now. Kind of curious for why we would activate snipe attack. We get 1 tank shot, and then we get 1 shot on the classy boy. I think that's the only reason we're doing it. So we take out tank. We do get a small firepower bonus. Bust out the fighter. Holy moly. Bust out another, the classy boy. Just landing them, loading them. Landed and loaded. There we go, folks. All right. So we still got an infantry on there. So this is like not too shabby. Although even if the classy boy had the 10 HP, it's not really going to do a whole lot against the Neo. So it's going to be able to do, well, let's say without the power, it's going to be able to do 37 to 44%. Get counterattacked by pretty much the exact same amount. Like, we would need the copter medium tank combination in order to do anything against that. And even if we did go in for it, you would have the super co-power or co-power and or super co-power right afterwards to attack with. And that would just counter those 2 guys anyways. So, I mean, it's okay going in for the co-power now, but I feel like we could have probably waited. Double classy boys. Okay, 7 on full HP. Take that guy down to 6. 6-4 trade. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. If anti-air clears this infantry, that's still a very weak attack. So, yeah, I like that. That's fine. Alright, clear that infantry down south. If we were going to go in for this clear, we should have just went tank first and keep our infantry a little bit more healthy. Not really a huge deal. Busting out the soiled abomination down south now from mfive. Unfortunate, but he's got a healthy amount of class on the field, so we're gonna let it slide for now. He does have the super co-power just around the corner. Like, in one day he's gonna get the super co-power. But Spidey with this fighter, the grit fighter, folks. This guy is gonna be causing some carnage here, folks. It's gonna be difficult to deal with. Alright, so unfortunately, Spidey wasn't actually able to drop off that infantry either from the turn before. Bringing the units back. Interesting. Okay, so if we're gonna launch an Ex Machina, it's probably gonna hit the Neo in the middle. Because we're 22 plus 8, which is 30, and then we're 30.5, and then 36.5 plus 37.5. I think it's gonna hit there because this would be 12. Oh, it might hit here actually. Ooh, it might hit there because we're 20 plus 12 was 32. Oh, it's gonna hit right there. That's kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate indeed. Let's consult the move planner right quick, folks. So I just want to test one little factor when it comes to the super co-power. So you can actually use the move planner. Oh, cool, it hits right there. Oh, that's even better. Oh, because of the medium, yeah. All right, so that's cool. So yeah, that's very good. That's not too bad of a hit. Would be nice if it kind of cleared the, or hit the hit the indirect. That would be very nice. But it hits right there, so that's fine. What happens if we move the infantry here? Still hits right there. What happens if we move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? What happens if we move that? Ooh, interesting. So we still get right there. Can we manipulate that any farther though? Like, what happens if we move right there? Ooh. So if we move right there, then we actually manipulate this to move over here. So kind of cool. Not really overall like great. It doesn't really affect anything in the long run, but the one thing that is interesting about Von Bolt's super co-power is if you put units that, you know, have value in where the missile hits, you can potentially manipulate where the missile will go, because it'll negate whatever the amount of money is that the unit is worth from the overall total. So you see, just by moving this right here, not attacking anything, we actually changed where the missile will hit. So little fun fact for you folks out there when you're playing Advance Wars by web. Consider using the move planner and doing a little fiddling and see what you can come up with. But in the meantime, the Ex Macarena, folks, we got it. We got an Ex Macarena on the field here, folks. Unfortunately, we can't really capitalize on it because we don't have any units there. But we did drop off 2 classy boys right in the middle, so we might be able to get something done with that. Busting out another classy boy, sending the Neo over there. Going for an old Caparino. Another anti-air on the field. And that is it. So, M5 on day 12 is actually running out of time. He's increment gaming on day 12. So, yeah, we definitely need to work on time, folks. That is the number 4 priority in Advances by Web, is you have to be able to manage your time to the best of your ability. Otherwise, you get yourself in a situation where you start not buying units, running out of time, and you have to make all these crazy, wacky plays that you normally wouldn't because you don't have time to think. And that's it, you know? Gotta be getting that timer up as much as you can. Alright, M5, 2 minutes left on the clock. And we are going to be busting out a fighter. Alright. Alright, this is what I'm talking about, folks. We got a fighter on the field. Okay, so we are leaving the safety of the cap because we do have threat of snipe attack this turn. So threat of snipe attack is going to basically deny this capture. So I don't necessarily, I'm just gonna be going for it anyways. Let me go for that. Okay, so I guess that's fine, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I actually don't mind it. I don't really like that though. I don't like that one at all. That's kind of a rough one. So yeah, we want to, I mean, taking out mechs would be pretty cool, but we have, it's like we attack one anti-air and then we attack another anti-air because we just moved that anti-air into position over here to be attacked. I think we should probably just keep this guy back here and let it not get attacked so we can have something that can fend off the battlecopters. But hey, maybe it'll work out. Who knows? All right. It's painful to watch. It's painful to watch. All right, we're gonna see this one though. Okay, yeah, take that Neo tank out. Boom. And M5 is out of time again. But it looks like we did buy most of our units. No, we didn't. We bought a fighter. Did we move the fighter? Did we move the fighter? Or did we just buy the fighter? Yeah, we bought the fighter. We bought an infantry. That's what happened. We fighter infantry. Okay. we got this one. All right. So it is Grit's turn, and he is gonna pop that snipe attack, and we are gonna hit the anti-air. Very unfortunate. Now, if this other, like, this tank should really go in and attack this anti-air, like, without a doubt. Like, we definitely got to get that hit. Because if we eliminate the anti-air, then our battlecopters can actually counter the Neo tank, which will be pretty fantastic. And we get an extra attack with the this guy right here. So we could actually get one more attack on this guy. We could potentially go for an interrupt on this one, though. I don't know if it'll do enough damage, though. So we're just going to go and get a heal. So that's okay, too. A flippin' battleship? Oh, my God. Well, it is high funds. And we are Grit. So, I mean, battleships do have some merit, for sure. But we are battleship gaming here, folks. We got a big old flippin' honking steel-covered floating menace down here, folks. And it is going to be ready for violence. Alright, so M5, don't know how much time he's got left after doing all these moves, but we're definitely attacking there. Going to be taking out that tank. We're going to be eating a artillery shot to do that, though, which is kind of unfortunate. But at this point, we're going to be eating an artillery shot pretty much with anything that we do. Dropping off the Classy Boy and the infantry, and we bust out the Classy Boy of the Sky. Alright, Classy Boy of the Sky on the field. Let's do it. Oh, no, wait, we bust out the Classy Boy of the Sky, but it's in... Oh, okay, we're not. Almost had a heart attack. Almost had a heart attack, I was going to say. Did we just bust out the Classy Boy of the Sky and it was in range of a fighter the whole time? No. No, we didn't. M5. It's too smart for that. It's not the kind of guy that busts out a Classy Boy of the Sky directly in range of a fighter, no. He's a thinker. 2 minutes on the clock, and he's still thinking out these plays, folks. Alright, so 2 minutes on the clock once again. Pretty close to an Ex Machina, actually, so he could potentially yeet his way to an Ex Machina. Ex Machina from this position wouldn't really be, like, super effective. It's gonna hit the battleship and lander combination, most likely. Could potentially hit here, but I think this is, like, net more. This would be 40,000 right here, and this would be 38,000, so it would definitely hit right there. But that's if he even gets the Ex Machina. He probably won't. I don't think he's got necessarily enough hits to do it. But out of time once again. Spidey moving in on day 15. Busting out 2 fighters. Okay, so we are definitely trying to bait that Ex Machina up in the top corner. Like, without a doubt. And now that we have 2 fighters, I mean, it's definitely going to be possible. A little bit overkill on the fighters, though. I mean, even if Ex Machina hits right here, M5 doesn't really have anything that can capitalize on it, really. But he hits the top corner, so that's fine. We're gonna go up. We are gonna smack some guys around. Gonna take a big old fighter shot. Move the Classy Boy of the Sky into the center of the map. That is gonna eat a fighter hit, so that is kind of unfortunate, but bust out a fighter, 46,000 money in the bank, and wasn't able to buy anything. So this is like one of the really unfortunate parts about Live League. You have games that could be like super good, but because players don't really manage their time like super well, they kind of get, what's the word? I don't want to say they get like worse, but definitely could be a lot better, that's for sure. Yeah, and that bomber just got smacked up pretty good. So that was a really good bait. I'm not gonna lie. That was a pretty good bait from Spidey up in the top corner. M5's got 73,100 funds. When you get into this point of the game, though, folks, and you start losing out on buys and losing out on time, Number 6 priority in Advanced by Web is buy your units first. Number 1, buy units first. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 priority in Advanced by Web. That's what we need to do. And we did. So we got a bomber, we got anti-air, and we got classy medium tanks. So that's not too shabby. And Grit is just going to shimmy along because he doesn't really have a lot of attacks that he can do. He's got like several, but not really anything that's like super impactful at the moment. Okay, so day 18. M5's got 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. Okay, so now Spidey's playing pretty close to increment. So he's going to have to be shimmying around like quite a bit here. And this actually might give M5 the ability to recover after all that too. So we'll see what he manages to do. Puts the Soiled Abomination all the way down in the corner of the map. That is one stinky corner of the map. But also hits one of the Classy Boys of the Sky with his anti-air. So that's quite unfortunate for the Classy Boy of the Sky. It's not another Soiled Abomination. Slow push of doom over on the western front over here, folks. That's what's going on. Slow push of doom. Attacking the fighter. Nice. Okay. So M5 is not giving up though, folks. Definitely not giving up. Sees lines of attacks and is going for him. Oh, and even gets an extra drop with the Classy Boy to protect the bomber. That's what I'm talking about. Busting out a battleship. He's got the money to do it, folks, so you might as well do it. So at this point, we are actually ahead in unit value. We are kind of hurting in overall unit count, but we have higher value. So at this point, what we really need to do is just win with our superior units. That's all we need to do. Win with your superior units. Alright, let's see what the snipe attack manages to do. Pretty savage hits on the Soiled Abomination down south, folks. Taking that guy all the way down to 4. Taking a Neo or a fighter engagement. Oh, are we gonna get the clear? Oh, the classy clear with an infantry. No! Oh no, the classy Boy of the Sky. The bomber has been struck. Oh, it's so unfortunate. So we do have another Ex Machina. Gonna be hitting the battleships. Yeah. That is an Ex Machina, folks. Now, when you think of Ex Machinas, this right here, that is an Ex Machina. That's what you want to do with the Ex Machina. You want to stun some high-value targets. Now, once again, though, unfortunately, M5 just doesn't have the units really to capitalize on it. He does manage to get a pretty good attack over here on the eastern front, but when it comes to the west, just doesn't have the units over there to continue the fight. Now, this is mostly like a left versus right situation now, and I think M5, despite actually being really low on time, is still in a very, very good position, like overall, because he's got lots of units, and he's ahead in the capture game. And because these guys were stunned, they're not gonna really be doing anything this turn. Might give M5 the opportunity to get some more reinforcements over here and fight off the wave of infantry, or just completely push the north and grab that flippin' HQ. Let's go. Let's see what he does. So Spidey going in for a double capture this turn. Looks like a triple capture, but it is actually just a double because we are not counting that 2 HP infantry down south. Triple cap. Alright, there we go. We got triple numbers here, folks. Ooh, do we have the units to interrupt here? We do. But we have to eat a battleship attack in order to do it. Oh, and we have to eat the battleship attack with the Neo. I guess we don't. We could. Do we have anything else? Like, literally anything else except for the Neo? No, we don't. We could interrupt with this. I think that might actually be our best option. We don't really want to eat a Neo hit, but I don't know. At this point, it is Live League Day 21. Sacrifice all your units to make sure that you keep the captures really, really high. This, not really worth it. Go for the interrupt, if anything. Like 100%. You can go for the interrupt, then you can move Battleship in position to lock down these properties, and that would be huge. Like 100%. Super huge. Tactical big brain plays right there. Alright, Classy Boy, Neo, and a Battlecopter. Taking out another Battlecopter. Oh my god, and we have a snipe attack. Yeah, so now the Neo is going to get hit super hard. 40% damage and taken out with an artillery. Now, this guy was doomed anyway, so yeah, we could have interrupted that, and then that cap would have been safe. So that would have kept mfive at a net positive, folks. Net positive. It wouldn't have been able to level out the income until it caps that corner property. But considering that we have many infantry just swarming the bottom corner of the map, I can definitely assume that these properties are going to be flipped. This one for sure is going to be flipped. This could potentially be flipped. It will be difficult for him to actually capture the HQ. These two properties could potentially be flipped too with this flipping battleship coverage. So yeah, like all the contested properties right now are covered by what do you call them? Indirects. So yeah. Let's see, what do we do here? Gonna go for 2 caps. Aren't gonna go through though, because we have the artilleries in position to block. Just throwing away another tank at the artillery. The one thing that is nice about this, okay, so this, I mean, eventually the battleship is going to run out of ammo, so it's not going to be able to fire anymore, so it's going to have to leave those properties alone eventually. But, oh my god, why does Advance Wars hate me? Alright. Yeah, there goes the tank. There goes the old Tonky boy. Spidey should probably consider buying a black boat, to be honest. Get a black boat, start getting some repairs on that that old battleship. I mean, if he gets a black boat to repair the battleship, he's basically won the game. Like, there's no stopping it at that point. And he's got 7,500 funds to do it, and he doesn't get it. What are you doing, Spidey? Now your port's locked. What are you gonna do now? Ah! 2 4 HP bombers up in the top corner too, folks. This is what dreams are made of. Alright, battleship's in a great position now. Look at this. Boom. Locking that city. Locking this city. Very nice indeed. Alright, so we are pushing the HQ. This is actually not too shabby, but I'm pretty sure this battleship is probably just gonna go sit right here, and if it does, then we lock the HQ, and there's like no chance of getting that. Unless we get a very crafty Ex Machina. If we get a super nice Ex Machina, then it's definitely possible. And we might be able to stun enough units that we can like get the HQ, but I mean at this point, yeah, it's pretty much up to that HQ. Like we need to get that HQ. If we don't get that HQ, it's yeah, we just need the HQ. It has to happen. 110% need the HQ. And I think M5 realizes that. So he's actually holding on to the Ex Machina, but now the Neo tank is going to be able to sit on the HQ, and unless we get a bomber up here, it's going to be insanely difficult to move that guy. And it's going to attack one of our classy boys. That's actually probably the worst thing about the entire thing. Oh, so we don't sit it on the HQ. I think this is actually a mistake, to be completely honest. Now, I'm pretty sure this game is like won for Spidey, but we should put the Neo tank on the HQ. Because it's not going anywhere. And then we protect the HQ and we get rid of M5's, pretty much M5's only potential win condition. And if we do that, then he can basically just do whatever he wants for the rest of the game and still win. Busting out the Ex Machina this turn though, folks. And we have a Mega Tank on the field, folks. Boom. Mega Tank. Lander supported Mega Tank as well, folks. You love the Lander supported Mega Tanks. Get them on the field. And day 25. Spidey has co-power, but he's only got one indirect that he can actually use. So probably, yeah, just hold on to that co-power. Not really necessary to pop that guy just yet. So I mean, like, it's like, you probably aren't, I don't know, you know? There's like some slight possibility that M5 could probably actually still win this. But it's gonna be very dependent on some luck, pretty much. So we can move Bomber in here, take this guy out. We can take out the... Or once we take this guy out, we can move infantry right here, eliminate infantry off of that property, off of the HQ. Then we can move medium tank onto the HQ. Then we can move this medium tank right here, take out this guy. Then we would have an infantry in position to cap the HQ next turn. We would also have a bomber in position to loop around here and attack any indirect that happens to pop out of this position. And then maybe, through the pure grace, we might be able to get it. But I don't know. I don't know if he's going to go for it. Let's see. Okay. No. Park that flippin' thing on the HQ. Park it on the HQ. Protect the only infantry that's there. I guess we have 3 infantry there, but park it on the HQ. Man. No, parking on the HQ. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. But now we have anti-air that's going to go right here to attack right here. And then we might... I don't think we can clear it, actually, so it's probably fine. Let's see what the power does. This is what it's all about, folks. Let's see what the power does. Oh my god. See, this is why we needed to park the flipping medium tank on the HQ. Ah! Why didn't we park it on the HQ? Him right there. Ah, get up there. So that's unfortunate. Well, there goes the win condition, unfortunately. So we shall just keep moving up here. 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock. Day 27. And we have nothing to remove the fighter. And we're just gonna go. We're gonna go, folks. Mildly triggered. I'm mildly triggered by this classy medium tank that didn't sit on the HQ, folks. Yeah, that's the end of the game, folks. It's the end of the game. Is what it is, folks. Is what it is. Congratulations to Spidey. Well fought. M5, you played a very good game, buddy. Unfortunately, we just didn't park the flippin' medium tank on the flippin' HQ right there. Look at this. Look at that. We're going into move planner. All we had to do was just go there. And then he's gone. Then we move right here. And he's gone. Then we move right here. Then we move right here. And then we move right here. Boom, parked. Boom, parked. Remove. Guy doesn't even exist anymore. Boom, parked there. This guy's gone anyways. Boom. Attack Neo Tank because it's stinky. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. eliminate. And it rhymes, so it has to be true. We do this, we secure the victory. That's just hands down. 110%. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Would have been great. Would have been great right there. That's all we needed to do. But you know what? Is what it is. Live is super hard, and it's super hard to come up with plays just on the top of your head. So either way, well played indeed, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one today. That was sent in by Spidey, who wanted to show grit in high funds. So there you go, buddy. Enjoy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed too. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.